Hey everyone, back at it again since I have an update. So been sitting here cleaning this thing for about 4 hours now. Backside's starting to look a little bit better. Inside the gears, inside here is starting to look a lot better. So we're going through everything. Still got a few hours worth of cleanup to do. Found what the issue was, and in my last video I mentioned that I had done the upgrade when I first got the printer for the noise dampeners. And I was always concerned, since I got the printer, basically, that my belt was misaligned. So today, going through and doing some other upgrades and cleaning everything out, I decided I was going to figure out this issue. And sure enough, here it is. If you ever feel like your belt is misaligned, you can usually see that when the belt is going up and down this direction. When you move your gantry manually back and forth. Now see how nice and smooth that's supposed to be? That's how smooth it's supposed to be. I haven't really noticed that there was a huge problem with it until you grab this guy and actually moved it back and forth with the belt altogether. But back to the main point. Your belt, you can always see when it's not right. I mean, you can feel it. You can almost hear it, but you don't really know what to do. So what I did, after years of not having one of these friendly little guys, I measured the point from underneath here to where the stock belt is supposed to be. Then measuring from there all the way through, you come to find out that it is exactly 22 millimeters from back here to up there. So that means that all of these should be 22 because this is a stock height. So anybody who had that question about how do I make sure the belt's aligned, there it is. You take your little micrometer, you measure it from point to point, you'll find out this is 22 millimeters long from end to end. And yeah, then you just, you got to measure your grub screws to be exactly 22 millimeters high. If you notice here that I've got my little guy underneath it, and when I put them on, apparently I didn't realize the difference in the actual height. I tried my best, wiggling up and down, messing with the screws for this guy, for the tensioner, thinking it might have had something to do with it, and no, it's strictly to do with your grub screw. Your grub screw is really the only variable in the entire belt system. So as you can see, this is where I had my grub screw before. It is level with the metal plate. And I did that by eye about 2.5, 3 years ago. And you can see the buildup still. I've been cleaning it out and you can still see the buildup on the grub screw. And that's actually a new grub screw. I bought that when I decided to replace my belt. I bought all new guys. These I think were originally white. Now when you buy them from Makerbot, they're black. I'm gonna go with the aluminum ones next, but I haven't had really a need for it yet. But yeah, so there it is, perfectly aligned, 22 millimeters high. It just sits barely above it. And then you go over to this guy and you can see that he's down. He's down quite a ways in comparison. So I'm gonna continue cleaning out the whole system, get all of the blackness out of all of it, go back through and should be all right. I'll do a follow-up video, of course, but 100% that's the misalignment issue. If you have yours and had a misalignment issue, don't know if you have a misalignment issue, take a few minutes out, pull it apart, make sure that the belt's aligned properly and you don't have a bunch of gunk, because even a bunch of gunk inside that tooth can really screw up your prints.